Hello all, Serious Lee's here, back with some more tips and tricks, and this is a redux. We're redoing one. We're updating a video because the last time we covered this topic was way before Waypoint, and we are past Waypoint, well into Interceptor with a new update on the horizon. Thought we might even have it by now. Maybe we do. Maybe by the time this comes out, we'll have an expedition or something. I don't know. I don't know what's up next. We are covering today fuel-free frigate missions. We did this once before. In fact, nowadays we are covering further than fully fuel-free frigate missions. Further than. Lots of F's in there. Here is what we're going to need today. We are going to need an S-class freighter. You can probably get away with an A-class freighter. What you really need is 3 supercharged slots in close proximity to each other. I've got 1, 2, 3, and you're going to want to get all of your derelict freighter modules, especially the ones for fuel efficiency. And fuel efficiency are the ones that have a range, just like hyperdrive modules. We're not covering hyperdrive modules today. I have a video that is still up to date that covers 6 different glyph addresses for 6 different 250 maximum S-class light year range ones. If that's what you're interested in, go get that. You can get really good light year range even without using a lot of super slots. So yeah, maybe that's what you want to do. We need 3 super slots today to put our 20% fuel modules on. This is the key. But you will also need all of your rest. You're going to want your combat ones, you're going to want your trading ones, your mining ones, and your exploration ones. You want 3 of each in S-class. That's what you need. Whether you have an A or an S-class freighter probably doesn't matter as much, although that will affect your fleet coordination and might have some stat effects on our next phase of what we're going to need today. In a minute, we're going to go to a space station, and I'll show you a glyph address where you can get a 20% fuel efficiency module when you get the derelict complete. But the second thing we're going to need today is a fleet of a sort of type of ship. Let's go look at our fleet on this save, manage the fleet. Start on our first page and you can see we've got combat, exploration, industrial, and trade, all the 4 types of frigate. You might notice I only have 2 of each. And then we're into support frigates right away, even though I have the full 4 pages of stuff. I'm currently leveling up a couple here. We have organic frigates. We've got our named ones, the Normandy and the Leviathan. Those are special frigates from expeditions. Everything here is irrelevant. You don't need any organic frigates, although they can work. What you want are support frigates. Specifically one like this one, and on this save that's the best one we have. All of our others are 24 at best, and what I mean by 24 is if we go into one of these, let's go to that 27, look at the stats more directly. I'm glad the sun isn't too much in our way here. All support frigates have 15% fuel cost as their default stat. Fuel cost reduction is what we are looking to get here today, and the more the merrier. We have 15, we've got 9, we've got 3, that's 12 there, plus 15, that's 27. On my other save, 27 is pretty much the lowest frigates that I have. I've got 30% reductions to fuel. Wow, they're not percent. We'll get to that. I always say a percent because I used to be collecting expedition duration. These are a nice bonus. You don't need these bonuses. These are the bonuses you want. If you can get these on a combat or an exploration ship, all the better. However, you really want a lot. You want at least 27, and secondarily, all of your frigates, once you have installed your modules like I have, remember we were just there, fuel efficiency modules will affect your frigates directly on the screen we were just at. Manage the fleet, we'll go back to that number 27 there. It costs 1 ton of fuel per 250 light years. This is not how it started. If I were to uninstall all of my derelict freighter modules, this would probably be around 6 or 7 tons per 250 light years. Maybe not, maybe lower. Maybe it would already be 2 tons of fuel. It would not be 1 ton of fuel. This is the lowest it'll go. but that's okay. That's what we want. We want all of our frigates to be 1 ton of fuel or less as we cycle through. You see on this save, I think I've accomplished that. Oh, no, there we go. We've got an exploration. Not the best stats there. That's going to cost us literally double the fuel if we use this ship. So we're probably not using that one or this one. We're going to have to re-buy a bunch of ships. Ooh, there's an exploration that not only has minus to fuel, only -4, but only costs 1. So we're going to keep that guy. Is that combat? Yeah, we're going to get rid of that guy. We're going to get rid of that guy, even though they have very nice... Oh, you know what? I'm never getting rid of this guy. This guy's amazing. 10% mission duration reduction. I don't care how much he costs. This guy alone is basically the same as one of those modules you can add to a mission that gets 10% reduction. Anyhow, back on track. So we need 1 ton of fuel per 250 light years, and we need a lot of support frigates. Their stats don't matter. These stats here, not too important. As you can see, I'm happy with this ship here with a 6 and an 8 as an S-class. Not done leveling. 27. Those are pretty decent stats. Those are very low, but these two are fine. We don't need great stats. We just don't because of the other modules we have. 250 light years of fuel per fuel is how we are going to measure things. Let's go look at some of our missions here. I haven't looked at what I have available today. These change every day at a set time on the real world clock. For me, I think it's 7 p.m. It depends where you are in the world. It will always reset at the same time every day. So you might notice that these mission durations seem low for what you've got going on. That's because I have 3 modules that reduce the duration by 15% each. So that's affected here. What you're really looking at is the distance. Okay, this will not change no matter what modules you install, and this is what is going to affect your fuel costs in multiples of 250. This is 1,000. Always round up to the nearest 250. This here, it's 50 over 250. So that is 1,750 fuel. That is not 1,500 fuel. Don't round down. It's very close. Don't round down. Always round up when you're doing your fuel calculations. So that's an important thing to keep track of. This here, so close to a really good. This is pretty much the longest a mission can be, is 4,700. I think I maybe saw one that rounded up to 5,000 light years of fuel, but I don't think I've seen more than that personally. This is going to be like a 24-hour mission if you don't have any reductions to duration. But you don't need to worry about that in ships, and you don't need to worry about that in modules. Once you've got your 3 derelict freighter modules installed, all your missions are going to look like this. I don't have anything else installed to help these missions, and none of them are 24 hours. We've got 2 that are really short. Okay, anything else we need to cover before we showcase something that encompasses the further upon further than fully free missions? I think we're good. We've gone over what you need on your freighter. You need all of these modules. We've gone over what you need in your frigates and what you're looking for in your frigate fleets. As we can see, we're going to send a mock mission. We won't send it. We'll just mock it up. View potential expeditions. Doesn't matter which one. Let's pick that very, very long one. We'll go right to my last page. Here's some ships I'm leveling up that have absolutely terrible stats. We want to see how these level up and what we get from them. So let's pick this one. 2, 4, 2, and 2. Look what we're getting from just that ship. This is a general mission, balanced. So we only need to hit 40 in each of these stats to get a 5-star mission. So we can send even low-level ships that are leveling up. But if we go back to that ship that we saw, that is sort of not that great. 5-star mission by itself. However, what we can do is go to a very short mission. And in fact, I'm going to be getting this on most of my missions because these ships have such good fuel reductions. But if we go to a very short mission and send a lot of frigates that all cost less than their fuel costs, Let's take a peek at my current fuel. This is all the frigate fuel I have. I have 3 stacks of 50 tons. I've got 16 and 20. I've got 36 stacks of 200 tons. Let's watch what happens when we send a bunch of good frigates. And we're going to go back here one more time. Take a peek at those frigates. This one's going for sure. So we need to go 1,000 light years on that very short mission. 960 light years. We're rounding it up to 1,000. This ship will cost us 4 tons of fuel on that mission. However, this ship reduces fuel costs by 27. So we're at a negative 23 to our fuel for this mission with just this ship alone. If we also send, say, this ship, it's got a minus 24 to fuel. 9, 15, and yeah, that's it. That's 24. So this will give us minus 20 to fuel, right? On that mission, 1 ton of fuel, 4 tons total for 1,000 light years, minus 24, right? So let's do that. Let's see what happens. And remember, I had 3 stacks of 50, and I had 36 stacks of 200s. And fuel is consumed when you hit launch. So what happens when we hit launch and we don't have any fuel costs? Let's find out. And what happens when our fuel costs are lower than they need to be? It doesn't matter. There we go. As you can see, fuel required. It will say dash 0 tons. That's the lowest it's capable of displaying. But a cool thing happens when we hit launch here. Let's back out. Let's go to the inventory. Let's go to the freighter. Well, what do you know? Look at that. There's a single unit of 100 tons of fuel. So that's a little bit more than, well, it's a little bit less than this. It's equal to 2 of these that we got for sending 1 frigate mission. We gained fuel by sending a frigate mission. It cost us no fuel. We still have 36 here. We still have 3 here. We have gained 100 tons of fuel by sending that mission. So we can do better than fully fuel-free frigate missions. We can go further, even further than fully fuel-free frigate missions. That's really, really not easy to say. Wow. But yeah, there we go. I think that's pretty much everything. This is the update to what we talked about before. I think we covered a lot of the same ground, but I just wanted to get it out there because we did lose access to having multiple slots for tech and cargo. We can no longer put tech in cargo slots, so we can't get 6 of each module. So we need to use our supercharged slots now, but we can still accomplish the same thing. And even better than that, we can get fuel back. We can make money just by sending missions on fuel. Even if they come back with nothing, we're making fuel. We could sell that. It's free. Out of thin air, we're making fuel. It's fantastic. And that's it for today, everybody. Till next time, have a good time.